I start dating on the show. Like, I have a date next week.
I'm trying to get her to not eat on dates because it's like, you know.
KJ wants to be a movie star.
KJ heads to LA. He heads out here and he meets with two of the biggest casting directors actually out here. He really wants to be this actor. He wants to be on television every day, all day. My husband's not. He's kind of like, I don't know, but he kills it. You'll see. You'll get to see him come out here.
He's got like young Macaulay Culkin vibes.
Cash, not so much. I feel like they do show off quite a bit, the younger ones, when the camera is around. KJ especially. The twins are okay with it. You know, they're not around as much as KJ and Cash have been with the cameras, but
and Ariana definitely like doesn't care.
Does
like
not
she
care.
tries to avoid it as much as she can. She's like, I'm not.
People are like, you favor Brielle all the time, and da da da. But Ariana's not really into the social media. She's not into the cameras. She's like my athlete, straight A student. You know, totally different than Brielle. I don't know. I think that people think that I have all this staff and all these people kind of helping out, and we really don't. You know, Corey and I take the kids to school every morning.
Yeah,
we
and
pick them
I'm
up.
the assistant. She doesn't even have an assistant.
I don't even have an assistant. I have an assistant that's a virtual assistant out in Colorado. But I just think people think, you know, we have all this staff, but we do normal stuff every day, all day.
It's made me like have to grow up really, really quick. Because you have to be very strong to be in this industry.
No, that's why I did go kind of
Off.
nuts on my Snapchat in my neck warmer, nonetheless, with my neck warmer on, looking hilarious. I was so pissed. I just will never understand how somebody can just sit there and like make a conscious effort and decision to write something negative to somebody, and you wonder why you're so miserable. Like, you're miserable. Like, so you're not gonna take your miserable life and put it onto me. So that's why. But I just lost her. Like, you're part of the problem. Like, your nasty comment is part of this problem in this world. Oh no, honey, I monitor everything. Oh yes, I monitor everything. I think I was so angry about those comments and why I went on my Snapchat because I didn't expect it. She took over Bravo's page for the day, and I just like clicked on it, and I was what? I mean, there was one comment out of 100. That was nice. The rest of them were completely.
And there's like thousands.
And they were
comments.
just. It was one comment after another, and I was just like, oh my god. It's the plastic surgery, I think. Like, I guess they think we have time off. I don't know when there's been a week that I've had off in 10 years.
Plus,
like,
we Snapchat literally everything I do, and
I just
if
don't.
I have to, like,
I mean, she's 19 years old. Like, she's not. She's done her lips, and I think people took that and she's done her nose, or she's done this, or sometimes I get on Brielle because she feels the need to post a photo of what she looked like younger because she hasn't done that, and I'm like, you know what? And Corey even gets on me because he's like, you don't have to prove anything to these people, but it's like, dude, when it comes to my kids, I become a different person. I said I was gonna not let people comment anymore, and then Brielle was like, well, then your fans, which I wouldn't be where I am today without them, you can't interact with, and it's very important. I run all my own stuff. I try to respond as much as I can. I send people cashmere, I like engaging with them, and then I also like blocking. I mean, I just block people left and right. She tells me not to do it, but
I make my Instagram private here and there, like, all the time. But then I just get like so many requests, and I'm like, forget it. I don't have time to like.
I think we've opened ourselves up to the world, and we share our life with the world. But that just doesn't mean that you have the ability to comment. Croy is not into social media at all, and never has been. He says, and he's right, that it's just a way for anybody in the world to text you directly. He's like, it's crazy. And the best thing a parent can do is communicate with their child and listen to them. I think that's really important. And we forget that. I think with social media and having phones and stuff like that, we're in the car, and instead of talking, she's on her phone, for example. You know what I mean? And I think that's horrible.
Well, I call you when I'm like with my friends more than I like hang out with them.
Yeah, I feel like we have a pretty close family, and I'm cool, so she likes to hang out with me, right? I think you parent each child different. Ariana's boy crazy. She's 14. She's sensitive. And so I parent her very different than I parented Brielle. And I think parents aren't involved with their children as much as they maybe should be. It's like they're in school, so I'm at work, and I text you, I'm on my way. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's...
I also think a lot of parents aren't as accepting as you are. Like, I know, like, some of my friends can't go to their mom and be like, oh my God, like, well, talk about certain things. Whereas, like, me and all my friends talk to her too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. You're like not like a mom. You're
I'm
like
her
a
mom
friend.
first, but I also, I mean, she's an adult. She's almost 20, so the relationship has definitely evolved and changed. But I'm still her mom. I was on her butt this morning, so you know, I'm still her mom. But I think being there for your children and listening to them is really important. I think you can lose a child very easily, especially at like the 14, 15, 16, and with all the social media. I think even sooner now. My God, you know, to be honest. Well, she did come out of my hoo-ha, so. I mean, she is my blood. She is like, people are like, oh my God, she looks so much like you. Well, who's she supposed to look like? I am her mom. I carried her for 9 months longer, and I did birth her, so she does have half my DNA.
Yeah, like the idiots who are like, you had all this plastic
surgery to
done
look like her.
your daughter. Like,
I say to them, do you realize how stupid you sound? I had plastic surgery to look like my kid. Okay, nice try. But I definitely think as she gets older, I see it. I look a lot like my mom, and as I got older,
yes.
yeah, they call me Karen now,
Nana,
which is
you
my
look
mom.
just
Yeah, they're
like
like
Nana.
when in my robe and my neck warmer, they're like, okay, Nana. But I mean, she's my daughter. All 3 of my girls really favor me, and all 3 of the boys actually really favor Croy. It's kind of funny. Don't be tardy every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on Bravo. Make sure to tune in. Don't be tardy.